All right. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. Um, this is my very first evening paint meetup session, as was requested by several of you. People didn't have time or, I guess, space or paint at work. So people asked me if I could do it, and I'm trying it out for tonight and tomorrow night, Thursday and Friday. Just going to paint a little bit more on some of these minis I have. I do have another commission down the pipe that I need to get to. So, let's see. I think I want to work on this one tonight. So I hope everyone is having a pretty good week so far. I've had a nice quiet one myself. Gonna start off with a little silver. Gonna do the trim on the armor and some of the fiddly bits. And then we'll get into more of the detail in the figure. Actually, I changed my mind. I used this new skin tone that was gifted to me by a supporter that I've fallen in love with. This stuff is amazing. And I don't know if you can pick up the details on the mini from the camera at this distance. But yeah, it's settled in, and that's just one coat on the face. I was very, very impressed with it. So I think I'll go ahead and get the face out of the way. Swapped out the parchment paper on the wet palette just before. So we'll do some blending. I know I got some light flesh over here. I left it out. There we go. White flesh. I love these Vallejo flesh tones, but man, the acrylic, the pigmentation gets separated from the liquid so easily. And we have to use the old vortex spinner, which likes to set off my mic. So you'll see how, like, you'll see me humming along with it with my mouth tentacles. Good. I think that sufficiently mixed. Oh, find a nice spot on the wet palette to start. Some of these Vallejo paints come out pre-thinned, so you shouldn't have to add much to it. Especially with the consistency of this, it's good enough. I'm gonna take some thin coats to put it on there anyway, which it's easier if you want a smooth paint job on a mini. It's always good to do over two thin coats. Letting it dry in between is a lot better than just slapping it on. Actually, I lied. The war paint stabilizer. Just give it one drop of that. Bloop. So usually, what I do with these, with my flesh tones, I usually do them like really quick and dirty, unless it's a showroom piece, and then I go into the glazing and taking a long time to do it. But usually, a good dark tone and then a light flesh tone over it, hit it with a wash, and do a little bit of glazing with a medium tone, such as this dark flesh. You're good to go. Make sure I have. I don't want to oversaturate it with wash. The reason you'll see me like rub my brush over my skin or run it over my fingernail. It's to make sure I've got the right consistency of the paint and the paint isn't heavily saturated. And that wash is going to come in, kind of blend the two layers together. All right. As that first wash layer dries, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to knock the eyes out. I've done this a couple times on stream. I have a little trick when it comes to eyes. I hate painting them, especially on a mini. But there is a cheat that I do. Giving a little gentle air. Really making sure the wash is dry. All right, so I'm going to bring the pencil lid in. I'm going to come in at an angle. And I'm just going to draw a pupil towards the center of the eye. And do the same thing on the other side. And brace the back of the head. There we go. All right. Mix this one a little bit more. And going to do a little bit of glazing, so I'm going to pull out the glaze medium. A couple drops. 3 drops. Now we're just going to glaze a little bit of this pigmentation on top. And when you're glazing, it's really trial or error getting used to it. If you have enough on your brush that you see it on the first pass, you got too much. So glazing just little stripes. And what I'm doing is I'm hitting the tops of the cheeks with this color, lighting it up a little bit, hitting the chin. Add a little bit of the flesh wash to the skin tone and apply it to the lips. Yeah, and then just finish it off a little bit. Another layer of the wash. Tie it all in together. If you get a little too much in the recesses, just get the paint off your brush and you can wick it out. With a wet brush, it'll just soak up that paint. There it goes. All right, with the face done, now we can move on to the silver line. I'm not just trying to be like positive that there's still be lining. Like literally, we're gonna be lining and so. I like how this ward paint stabilizer. I'm gonna give this silver a shot with it. See how that works. Army Painter makes some really good stuff. I'm a fan. I say that a lot. If you follow my, if you come to my channel more than. Hey, finally, I get to talk to you, and I'm not leaving or being right back. How you doing, Jeremy? Awesome. That and doing anything fun for work? Well, that's what I want to do for my stream is like I'm encouraging artists to come in here and chat and hang out while they're working. Oh, body doubling. That sounds cool. Ah, A little bit of detail I lost. That's it. There we go. Huh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I got a friend of mine that when we do the Star Wars games on Wednesdays, or sorry, Tuesdays, he he'll work on a gun. He's working on Gundam models as we're playing. Like he's putting them together. It helps them keep focus. Yeah, very nice chain sword. It's a two-handed eviscerator. I like that they're actually giving those out a little bit more. Makes me want to get back into Warhammer. I don't know if I know the Eviscerators have always been a Sisters of Battle thing because they've got the Repentia squads, which are the sisters that send, and to regain the honor in the eyes of the Emperor, they basically run into battle wielding these giant two-handed chain swords like this one and no armor. Um, see, they're really awesome. I don't know. I know. Black Templars have chain swords. All the Marine factions have chain swords. I don't know if they have Eviscerators. Yeah, I think that's the period that I was a Sisters player because I went back during the pewter days before they even came up with they came out with the Sisters plastic models. I had a pewter army, and we waited years for a new codex. Years. Yeah, I've got a couple of the Inquisitorial assassins still. They were pretty sweet. I found myself only wielding those during Apocalypse games though. I can't remember which edition I ended in. 'Cause I know since then there's been so many. My two best friends, they still keep track of it. They still play regularly, which I told them, I was like, eventually I'll probably get back into it. I mean, I still got my sister's army. I painted the thing. I'm not gonna get rid of it. There's there's a fantastic artist named Don Serratos. He's the one that got me back into painting, watching his videos. He works with the Army Painter Speed Paints, but his natural training is he was a watercolor artist. So he still does the watercolors, and the way he does his minis, he paints them almost like a watercolor artist does. He's amazing. Like he released a video here recently for Trench Crusade where he painted an entire squad for Trench Crusade and then did a diorama and did a watercolor painting for the backdrop. I've got it on my Twitter. I retweeted it a couple days ago. Yeah, I'm horrible at spelling. I know his first name's Don, and I want to say his last name's Serrato. Hold on, give me 1 second, and I'll tell you. Because I follow him on YouTube. It's DonSuratos. Yep, that's it. Speaking of speed paints, I'm going to get a couple out right now. There's polished silver. There we go. Man, I love these speed paints, but they take a lot to mix up. Yeah, he does. His daughter's amazing gunpla. She does like Gundam dioramas that are just so sick. She has her own YouTube channel as well. I think I'm gonna. I don't think I want to use a wet palette for this part. There we go. A lot of palette. I'm trying to determine if I want to use wet palettes with these speed paints because sometimes with the water, it'll get too diluted. Yes, I very much loved them when I first discovered them. I was very iffy about it the first time I bought them and just fell in love. And when they came out with the speed paint kit or set, I saved up and just bought the entire collection right before I started the channel. I really I really want to get their Fanatics line. I think that's going to be my next big purchase. I like them so far. I've been using them on this commission. I'm going to use them on the Jason Voorhees bust. I'm going to paint for the giveaway. This new commission I just got to do Moonstone Fairies for another supporter. I'm going to use it on that, and I'm actually excited, very excited to use there because the wings are very butterfly esque, and I think the speed paints are going to make that like really pop. Raina, hey, how you doing? Yeah, the Army Painter speed paint. I'm in love. I mean, I'm honestly just really in love with them. It cuts out so much highlighting. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we were that's what we're Oh yeah, I bet it does. I haven't used any of the yellow yet. Right before I started the channel, I got the entire collection, like the big box. So yeah, it's really it makes highlighting incredibly easy. You just prime with black, dry brush with like a mid gray, and then dry brush after that dries. Dry brush with a white only where the highlights are supposed to be. You hit them with a speed paint, and you're practically done. Yeah, my next big purchase is going to be the Fanatics box set. I want that. I actually started a throne, if you believe it or not, and put that on there. What's really good is that that artist Don Serratos, he's got a bunch of videos on it. He calls it slap chop is the style of painting. Yeah, that's what I started with these commissions with slap chop, and I've pretty much fallen in love with it. It's very fun, very rewarding. I think it's one of my new styles of painting now. Of course, like I love washes too, so like I'll mix the slap chop with the washes. Yeah, I do like the army painter washes. I like how it's really funny if you look at the box or the books that come with it. They give you details on how to just dip them, and they sell these big just tins like paint tins filled with with the washes, and they say take like a ruler and you put all your paints in there and you just dip your model into the wash when you're done, and you hang it and let it dry to get the details out of it. It's insane. It's how to like if you have like a bunch of zombies to do, or you got like a bunch of guardsmen and you just want to knock them all out. It would be. Yeah, I believe it. It's like I've seen guys do the oil and grime enamel where they'll just paint an entire Space Marine army and then cover the entire thing in the oil and grime and let it like dry, and then they use white spirits with makeup brushes and get the big areas off. That's nuts. Like I would feel like I would ruin an army doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of the oil and grime. It's made by AK, which I've got a couple of AK paints that was gifted to me by a bunch of supporters. And this like I got a care package video where I just got these huge care package from a bunch of supporters that had like models and minis in it. The last time I heard this song was on the Martian soundtrack with Matt Damon. That's the bronze. Where's my gold? Where'd my gold go? There we go. Hoplite gold. I'll tell you one thing with these speed paints, one of my greatest purchases is my Vortex mixer. Oh god. That saves so much time. That vibrates the hell out of my mic. There we go. Gold. I do really like this gold speed paint too. This Hoplite gold's really good. It looks really, really bright and really sits in the recess as well. That sounds cool. Ooh, Hotel California. Stabilizer go. Oh, or speed paint. Yeah. And these little balls love getting stuck at the bottom of this. Hmm. Yeah, doing these little details with speed paints, I'm not 100% sure on them, but they do work pretty well. Go back to the silver real quick. Oh, always on my mind by the Pet Shop Boys. And one thing I always hated, I hated it a lot when I had a sister's army, is doing these little buttons. If you're gonna play Bruce Springsteen, pick a better song. So many better songs that the boss did. Do a little bit of touch up on the cloak. Yeah, just right now I'm touching up some of these silver buttons where, of course, I missed. Because that happens. There we go. Go ahead and do touch-ups here while I'm at it. A lot of this will get covered up when I'm blacklining, so I don't really worry about it too much. That's like one of the best parts I like about, when I'm doing model work is blacklining the model, because a lot of it starts coming together. You start cleaning up your little boo-boos, and you really start seeing the details. I get nervous after I finish the face and I gotta get close to it because I do not want to redo it. Take a deep breath. All right. We move on. We gotta move on to the bronze next. Man, I'm getting addicted to these Volks brushes. I'm using them so much. I'm gonna wear them out before all my others. How small are the brass areas that I've got to cover? Yeah, I'll use the brass speed paint for that. Okay, losing my religion from REM, that is not 80s. I might be confused sometimes on what's 80s and what's not, but that's not 80s. Playlist is supposed to be the best of the 80s. I mean, I complain it. I like me some REM, but it's not 80s. I do notice that this bronze is very heavy in the pigmentation, so it'll go on very, very heavy, and I can lose my highlights I've already put in with the zenithal highlighting. So I usually hit it with a couple of drops of this speed paint medium. Don't like mixing with my brushes. I'm trying to break the habit of it. Gonna get a little bit of Duncan Roads going. 2 thin coats of this should do. Watering your paint. Is that what you're trying to say? Watering your paint? Okay. I was like, you can water your painter. I probably need to drink some water. I got some sweet tea here, but I mean, when I'm painting, the most hydration I get is when I lick my brushes, which is also a very bad habit that I have. Now, Betty Davis eyes, that is 80s. Hey, Chris. I am painting Nova Lights for a Kill Team commission. I'm doing the details on each one of them right now. How you doing? Welcome to the chat for the first time. I have been painting on these with the new Army Painter speed paints, and I was just commenting about how much I love those. They're pretty fun. World Eaters. Oh, they're so cool. Ah, a little jealous on that. I would kill to do a World Eaters commission. I think that would be really fun. You working on them tonight? Ah, welcome to the hobby, man. Yeah, what I'm trying to do with this channel, because actually I just started streaming about 2 weeks ago. This is my third weekend. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to have art nights where if you wanted to, you can bring your minis and paint alongside me. I encourage new time painters if they want to do it. That way, if you have any questions or anything you want to ask in chat, like if you want to, ask how to paint something or anything like that, I got my paints. I can show you. Also, it's great. I love having other artists with me when I'm painting. Having someone to talk to helps instill the creativity. Ah, I gotcha. Got a military helicopter flying over. I feel like I'm painting in Bosnia. Yeah, having a bad back with this hobby. Oh God, I can only imagine. Oof. Have you tried a stand-up desk? I'm gonna have to look those minis up, Jeremy, because I don't think I've ever heard of those. Hold on. The name sounds familiar. Do they do like military stuff? Yeah, I saw a Russian site. Do you have a Instagram, Chris? Yeah, I've seen a lot of really cool stuff coming out of Russia. I would love to paint a Hind helicopter. I don't know why. I've always loved Hind helicopters. A Hind D would, I don't know, it'd be amazing. I would love painting one. Some of these are really cool. But yeah, Chris, I'd love to see your first minis, man. Yeah, if you got an Instagram or something, or you can DM me on Twitter. I got my Twitter down below. Just send me the pictures. I'll look at them. I know it's similar to the military stuff, but when I was in Japan, oh God, over a decade ago, I bought a bunch of garage kits, like a bunch of them. They're still sitting up on my shelf, like unpainted. I've got like an Ingram from Pat Labor, which is like a big military, like police military mecca. God, I want to build that so bad. Yeah, one of the funniest things I ever did was I live in the South, and one of the things they do around Christmas, if you go to like Hobby Lobby or Michaels or anything like that, they set up those Christmas dioramas. Um, where you have like the Christmas houses and villages. We took a bunch of Space Marines in one year and had them where they looked like they were invading the diorama, and we were snapping pictures before we got caught. Salamanders are so fun to paint. I want to do more models that require a lot of green. I want, especially with some of these speed paint greens, are just gorgeous. Well, what I tell everybody is like, painting can be taught. It's repetition. That's the reason the motto of my painting company is "Dare to Suck." It's like the more you paint, the more you get used to it, the better you're gonna get. And it's like just throw. I tell people just throw paint on a model, man. You'll get better each time. But I bet you're we're harsher critics to ourselves than most people are. So like we usually don't like our own work, but I bet your work looks just fine even for a first timer. We all don't know what we're doing the first time. If you got the paint on the model, you did a good job. But yeah, I actually one of the things that kept me on Twitter is I talked to a lot of Japanese artists in Japan that are doing like Warhammer and stuff like that. Um, because I talked to one that was struggling with dry brushing, and thank God Twitter has the translation feature. Like I know a little bit of Japanese, but not a lot. But using translation, we were able to talk, and I was able to talk them, like teach them about what a dry palette was for dry brushing, and it was really great because they responded to me in a couple of days, and after they used one, and they were blown away. Ah, thanks for the follow, Chris. Thanks a lot. I am on the road to get affiliate status, so you are helping out a lot. And also, since you followed, once we hit 100 followers, I'm having a giveaway for this that I'm going to paint on stream. This Jason Voorhees bust, and once that's painted, I'm going to do a drawing out of the first 100 followers, and they're going to get. I'll contact whoever wins, and they'll get this. Yeah, it's done by Black Heart Miniatures. I think that's who it is. Hold on, I got their card. I got a bunch of their busts. I honestly don't remember where I got them. I think they were a present from somebody. I got like three of their busts. Yeah, blackheartmodels.com. They've got some amazing busts that are incredible. I've got a Cthulhu and a Lovecraft ones that I plan on keeping that look amazing. Yeah, but I was speaking of Japanese artists. I was helping a Japanese artist on Twitter that was struggling with their paints. Like their paints were like the thinner paints that they use were getting really splotchy and not going on the model even. And I asked them, I was like, "Are you using tap water or distilled water?" And they're like, "Oh, we're using tap water." I was like, "Yeah, don't thin your acrylics with tap water because the impurities will make your paints come out splotchy." I'm like, either use distilled or filtered water when it comes to preferably distilled. Yeah, that's how it happens. That's how it happens, man. I've got one like I'm looking in my studio right now. I've got one shelf, two shelf, and a cabinet filled with unpainted minis that have just been accumulating over the years of stuff that I bought. I'm like, oh, I want to paint this, and I think I'm gonna like end up giving some of it away, as giveaways on the channel. That's Alice Cooper's Poison, man. That takes me back. I haven't listened to a lot of Alice Cooper in a while, man. I need to fix that. Oh, it's right in front of me. Corn demons are so fun. You get some good reds in. Oh man, they're so easy to bust out. I'll tell you what, like get some of these speed paints, man. You can knock those some of these RB Painter speed paints. You can knock out because they're mostly flesh. You know, they're mostly flesh tones and everything. You hit them with a couple different shades of red, boom, you're done. They'll look great. Yeah, I love painting demon armies, man. They can be so fun sometimes. Where's that war paint stabilizer? There we go. Yes, that's a good idea. That's a damn good idea. You're learning. You already know. I'll tell you what, the best purchase I ever made in this entire hobby, and I tell everybody, is switching from a rattle can to an airbrush. Man, priming with an airbrush, oh, it's so nice. But yeah, Jeremy's right. They have a lot. They have a lot of different colors to prime with. They have a really good green one too. Like if you're doing like an entire army of zombies and you just want to bust out the green flesh tones or orcs, like orcs, big thing. Just priming it green. Um, but yeah, Army Painter has good line, really good line of primers. Citadel's good. I'm never gonna knock a brand, because I know some people like what they, which I have some Citadel paints. I just prefer Army Painter and Vallejo myself. But Citadel makes some good stuff. I've got a bunch of Citadel tools, like my green sculpty thing. This is Citadel, and I actually use that to mix paint as well. But that's a sculpting tool that I can't work without. Yeah, that's the only drawback, but you can say that about everything. I know Duncan Rhodes has got his paint line now, which I just went to a hobby shop for the first time in years the other day and saw it. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. You're in the UK. All right, I get it now. I totally get it. Yeah, buy Citadel. It's so much easier for you. Yeah, I bet it's not. Yeah, it is because of tariffs and import laws and stuff like that. Yeah, Citadel's at least twice the price here in the States. Yeah, it would be the same thing for the army painters, like reversed. He would probably have to buy like so much more. I think, do they sell stuff on Mini Factory? Because I think I've seen Victorian minis there on there. Either that or it was a company with a similar name. So one thing I'm doing right now is a little technique I love is just using the really dark army painter tone, and I'm going in and making the shadows darker and doing a little lining. Oh, that's cool. I know one of the things I've seen coming out of Japan right now is they're doing these like 3D print sculpts of sisters of battle heads, but they got the cat ears. They look really good actually. It would. I would do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Like entire sister of battle cat girl army, dude. I would do it just for the lulls of taking it to a hobby shop and seeing the guys go nuts. Oh, so they do a lot of military like old military stuff. That's cool. Oh yeah. Oh, those are neat. I like how unique they are. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love those heavy mortars. That artillery unit too. That's really great. All right, I think I'm about ready to get into some black lining. Speaking of that, we are going on the second hour of the stream. So I'm going to take a quick 10 minute break, get up, stretch. I suggest everybody else do the same. And I will be back in about 10 minutes to continue painting on these things. So be right back. I didn't time my coming back with the end of the song, but you know what? It works. All right, so I'm back. Oh, Cheap Trick. I heard this song recently, and they sped it up, and it was a female singer, and it sounded great. It was amazing. I can't remember who did that. I really dug it. All right, I'm gonna get into a little black lining here, which is honestly one of my favorite parts. Okay, Pup says it's from something called 9P. Hit it with a little bit of thinner. Oh, that was speed paint medium. I don't think it will ruin it, but yeah, hey, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Let's try this. I accidentally put speed paint medium in this black instead of acrylic thinner. So see what happens. So far, so good. The one good thing about black lining I like is you can go back and do a lot of touch ups. Go back and fix oopsies like I was saying, but also you can really define the model. What have you done before? Oh, use the wrong. Oh, I get you. I get you. Use the wrong medium like I just did. I mean, I gotta blame it on an army painter. I mean, it's not like they didn't color code it. I grabbed the pale one instead of the black one. Yeah, I'm gonna. I try not to skip songs, but this one's too slow. Oh, here we go. Relax. Yeah. So far it's making it. I mean, when you're blacklining, you want it to set in the recesses anyway. So in theory, it should just help out a lot. So far, so good. Oh, Queen, gotta break free. One of the coolest finds that Pups and I found is right after Bohemian Rhapsody came out. We were at a bookstore and we were just talking about like how we want to get more records on vinyl because we have a record player, really nice one. And there's the soundtrack for Bohemian Rhapsody on vinyl. I was blown away, like brand new movie, whole soundtrack on vinyl. Every year I buy Pups a record for Christmas. It's just like one of my gifts to her. And I usually find them on Amazon. Like I got her the best of Fleetwood Mac. I got her I think it was Joan Jett this year. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, so like she gets me Pink Floyd records. Yeah, the Clash. There we go. All right, let's see. Need to get a little bit of edge highlighting, and we might call her done. Now talking about Citadel, I have seen some like stuff done with these new tactical paints that are sick. Like I've seen some effects done on Space Marines that's incredible. Let's see. Do I have a? I know I brought a gold out. Did I bring a gold out? Come on. I know I did. A non-gold, a non-gold speed paint. I thought I did. I must have put it back. Oh, time to dig into the paint drawer. Good thing I keep it organized. There it is. That might be too dark. I need lighter gold than that. That's not. What is that? That's a brown. Oh, here we go. Ah, that's the gold I'm looking for. With this Hoplite gold speed paint, that's automatically like a really, really dark, rich gold. And then I hit it with a dark tone. This this will make it pop. This is a highlight, I think. Oh yeah, that's a lot brighter than I thought. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, this is an Aerosmith. This is Ronnie James Dio singing "Dream On." That's pretty cool. I didn't know Dio did this song. Oh, that's not good. Are you plugged up? Oh yeah, you're thick. Okay, you're old, buddy. So I'm gonna like war paint stabilizer. Let's try that. Pretty good. We'll be switching up brushes though. I have to get some vehicles or something. I haven't used these bigger Volks brushes yet. Well, I mean, when I do the Jason bust, I'm definitely probably going to use them. So there we go. Yeah, that's going to be good. Oh yeah, biggest problem always. That's the reason I invested in a bunch of medium because some of these paints haven't been touched in years, and I knew I was going to have to revitalize them. They dry, man, but just a little bit of water, they'll come back. Yeah, I hate the Citadel pots, man. Like that's one thing that spoiled me about Vallejo and Army Painter. These little droppers, and you're not gonna spill paint. Like you have to really be like you have to take the cap off. It has to be in the process of like adding thinner to the bottle itself, which you sometimes have to do if the paint's old. But a Citadel, man, that thing tips over. What you lost like $10. Yeah, I actually was talking about sticky tacky the other day about how it's a go-to standard for the hobby. Like I actually have a little bit of it that just sits here on the table. I mean, that's how I fix the minis to the dowel rods is sticky tacky. And what another thing that's really good for it is if you want to airbrush an area of a model, you can just cover everything but it in sticky tacky, airbrush it, and just pull it off. Yeah, I learned that from I did an airbrushing class like back before the pandemic, back in Minnesota, with Aaron Lovejoy of Miniature Monthly. Dude, he's the one that taught me that trick. Man, I learned so much from airbrushing from that guy. Just doing a little edge highlighting on the filigree and everything. Edge highlighting is something I used to hate doing, but it was something I made myself do. get used to it because it really does bring out character in the model. Yeah, I used to avoid it like the plague. Thank you for the follow. Ah, and we met the follower goal of 30 followers. Thank you very much, Mr. North. I see you on Blue Sky all the time. Thanks for showing up. And thanks for chatting for the first time. Are you into the miniature hobby as well? That's completely fine, man. One thing I'm trying to do with this channel is what I like to tell people, especially the first time. I'm trying to have like an art collective. Like if you ever do minis or anything like that, and you want to come in while I'm painting and paint alongside me, or anything like that, kind of inspire each other to keep painting. That's what I'm trying to do here. All right, grabbing the airbrush medium this time instead of the speed paint. Yeah, a little too much on the wet palette, but that's okay. Not like I don't have a huge freaking bottle of the stuff. On the wet palette, honestly, if it's two conflicting colors that are like that far apart, the problem with these Army Painter wet palettes is some of these stains you see is stained on the sponge, so it's coming through the paper. It's actually got no paint there. So if I do red, I'm gonna put the red in this corner. Gonna put the white in this corner. Like I'm gonna keep them as far apart as I can. Unless I'm wanting to mix them and do like a pink highlight, then I'll have them close together because then I'll bleed them into each other. A little bit of edge highlighting on the leather. I'm actually doing a skeletal bone, army builder skeletal bone over the really dark leather because I really want to like a really cracked aged look for this. Okay, this is really funny. I'm listening to this song. My wife, Pups, who is listening to the channel, she's in there right now. She's singing to this song in our bedroom, and I can hear it because she's listening to the music. And it's the delay is driving me crazy. I accidentally almost turned this into a glaze, but it's working. Not gonna complain. It's still working. Probably better than intended. What did Bob Ross call them? Happy accidents? No, win's a win. Yep. Doesn't matter how you get there if it looks good. All right. I think she is done except for her base. I'll take that back. Kind of want to get a little silver on her gloves for the buttons. where's that black? There we go. Jackson, a little bit of a screw up. There we go. Hmm. Oh, where did I put the dark tone flesh wash? There it is. All right, I was going to call it here in about 30 minutes. Anyway, so it was good. Thanks for joining me. I'm doing this again tomorrow night. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed your stay for a little bit. All right, so I think that's going to call it a quits to this first night stream that we did. Those of you that have stuck with me so far, I will be back here tomorrow night doing some more work on these sisters. So I would like for you to stick around just a little bit. We'll find someone to raid real quick. Those of you that are still here, I think some of you are still here. And we'll find, I'm going to try to find another model painter. See if I can raid them. Someone that has, doesn't have that many viewers. How many we got on here? Oh, we got a couple of us. Let's see. Who do we have here? Someone that doesn't have a lot of viewers. Here we go. All right, so thank you very much for staying with me tonight, and we're going to raid this one channel, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.